It might be hard to tell when someone you care about is struggling with mental illness, but there are warning signs that you can look out for. Here with what those warning signs are is Jeff Laundreville, author of The Filter. Jeff, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, it's so important to always connect with those people in your life and show them support and love.
That's right. And speaking of showing support and love, I want to give a special shout out to Patricia Murray, who's a very, very close family friend who's in the hospital. So get well soon, and special hello to her son Scott as well.
Oh, very nice. Thinking of you.
That kind of stuff means a lot to people, and hopefully you can connect with them to know that they make an impression on your life.
That they matter.
Yes.
And so it's sometimes, you know, we hear about these awful things in the media that are happening around our country.
Right.
And we say, why? Why is this happening? And
Right.
a lot of times it does stem back to mental illness, and the person had a history of it.
Right.
But how can we spot these warning signs to get them the help that they need?
Right. I think one of the most important things is understanding mental illness. And one of the things about mental illness that it seems so easy, but yet it's not easy, is connection. If we can feel connected to people, connected to things, connected to music, connected to books, connection to the right things in life will make you feel like you matter, to make it feel like your life matters, to make it feel that other lives matter. So connection, I can't say enough, is so huge. So if you see someone going through a difficult time, young or old, male or female, doesn't make a difference, try to connect. Connection will pull them out of being disconnected to the world, and that will actually then help them start to form a way of living and making sure they know life is worth living.
That's right. And it's not just connecting on social media. In fact, you're talking about that physical connection, which I think we lack so much of these days.
Right.
So having that physical connection or face-to-face communication.
Right.
Let's go
it
through.
can be so simple too, Ashley. I
Yes.
just want to mention this. It can be so simple. It can be a simple hi. When you're passing by somebody, people are like, oh, well, I don't really know that person, or I wouldn't know what to say to him or her. Oh, they're not my age. Well, we don't have the same interest. It can be a simple, hi, how you doing sometimes. Yes, it does help if you have a common interest, or you can spark an interest in them to have them connect. But a simple, hello, how are you doing, just to show that they matter in the world and people notice them. Because if you feel noticed, you feel like you count. You feel like people care. And that's huge, because what we hear about in a lot of these shootings and all these awful situations is, yeah, they were kind of alone, or they were a lone wolf. They were disconnected in a lot of different ways, and people kind of passed by them. And then when people passed by them, they said, how can I gain control? How can I have people notice me? And unfortunately, it comes out in an extremely negative way that people notice them because they do something so harmful and so horrific.
Well, you know, you're not going to offend someone by saying hi. It's
That's
a
right.
universal greeting.
That's right.
So something as simple as that. We have 7 warning signs to look out for that may just spark something in you to say, I think I should help this person. Let's go through them. We've got about 2 minutes, Jeff, but we want to make sure we let everyone know what they are. Recent social withdrawal and loss of interest in others.
Right. This is, again, part of the disconnection. Suddenly, they seem very to themselves. They're not connecting with, whether it's friends, family, they're going in their room more. They're suddenly like, that feeling of, I don't count, no one's going to notice, doesn't matter. That's the stuff where you start going, wait a minute, where are they? What are they doing? It's important to connect with people, that they don't feel disconnected, but the thing is when you see them starting to disconnect, that's the best time to grab onto them and say, you matter, because you don't want them to get into a horrible habit of them thinking that way, and then it becomes more difficult to get them out of that mental state.
So be cognizant of that and spot those things so that you can help that person. So the next one is an unusual drop in functioning, but that also goes to the third tip, which is problem, or warning sign, I should say, problem with concentration. So loss of really involvement in activity.
Exactly. One of the big things is whether you're in school, whether you're at a job, whether you're at home, try to notice why people are acting a certain way. People kind of chalk things up to someone's being lazy or someone's disconnected because they're tired. There may be a lot more to that. Lazy, when you're not doing something or not participating, it doesn't always mean lazy. It means you don't feel connected. So people sometimes, give that the wrong definition. Reach out to people. People matter. Everyone matters in this life. So if you reach out to people, again, in any setting, especially in education, people notice that with kids, and they say, well, he doesn't feel like doing this, or she doesn't feel like doing this, and they're causing trouble, or they're doing this. There may be another reason for that, and most of the time there is another reason for that, more than just laziness or trying to have negative behavior. There's always something underneath that that's driving that behavior.
Right.
So if you care enough, and I hope people do at times, is reach out to them to see what's the underlying issue that's making them act that way, because that's how you make a difference.
And that's so important, because there is help. You don't have to live like that.
Right.
You can go through life happy. So reach out to them and let them know you're not alone. There's help for you.
And a lot of people don't think we're responsible for that. I feel we're all responsible for each other's lives. We're all humans, and we're all in this together, feeling we are responsible for you and I. I feel responsible for your happiness just as much as you do mine. If we look at it that way, as it's not our fault, we get so confused about, well, it's not my fault, I didn't do anything. It has nothing to do with that. It has to be with, you're responsible to make a difference in other people's lives if you can. And if you have any type of control, try to make a difference in people's lives, because we're all in this together.
And you know what? What really brings happiness are not the things, but those connections.
Exactly. That's
and
the
those
big
memories.
difference.
So we are bringing happiness to others' lives.
Right.
And we need to make sure that we take that responsibility if we see someone who's falling or withdrawing.
Definitely.
Jeff, all of your tips will be on our website, mymassappeal.com.
Fantastic.
7 warning signs. Make sure you look at those to see if there's a way that you can reach out to someone you love.
Thank you.
As simple as just saying, hi, I'm thinking of you. Thanks, Jeff.
That's right.
Hope that your friend gets better soon.
Thank you very much.